Welcome to Under the Radar, the show that looks for the deep, dark sources for the effects we see on the surface of our culture. I'm Kirk Powell. It would be easy to believe that the way that families understand and value their children is based on some sort of primordial instinct built into us as human beings, but that simply isn't the case. Different cultures see children in different ways, and the way that a society views its children is subject to change over time based on factors as banal as economics. To radically oversimplify, in agrarian societies, children are seen as a blessing because they are a source of useful labor. In industrial societies, children are seen as a burden since they have little ability to contribute financially and in fact often remove one of the parents from the workforce. This is all the more true of contemporary Western societies because we have child labor laws and because our economies tend to be driven by technical expertise that children simply can't possess. This view of children has subtle effects on the way we behave. The dominant social venues associated with children are places where we spend money on them. New parents are encouraged to bear in mind the future financial costs of their children and begin saving up money early. When a child finally does reach the age when he or she can work, the money earned is often retained by the child as a lesson in fiscal responsibility. That is to say, even when they do work, they are not expected to contribute to the family. These effects are all pretty easy to identify, but there is another way that this outlook on children influences us that is not so obvious, and that is in the act of adoption. When we see children as a burden, we naturally understand adoption to be an act of charity. We may even go out of our way to adopt children from particularly underprivileged backgrounds. But not so very long ago, maybe only 1,000 years, Westerners saw adoption as something beneficial and helpful to the prospective parents. Wealthy people, even emperors, would adopt a child in order to have more direct control over the personality and disposition of their heir. Both Caesar Augustus and Nero were adopted into power, so really the results could go either way, but the expectation was positive. When a society sees children as an asset, the adoption of more children is the increasing of assets. When a society sees children as a burden, the adoption of a child is the noble taking on of another burden. In either case, we may treasure them emotionally and socially, but as to their place in the family and the effect upon it, the way we see them can be very different depending on circumstances. We've spent this show talking about the introduction of new lives into a society. Next time, we're on the other end of the spectrum, death. Thanks for watching.